During this film festival, we will give our visitors the opportunity to watch different Hong Kong cinema films that all have one more thing in common. At some point in the narrative, the ideology of face will appear along with the dilemma to lose it. Although concepts of prestige and respect exist in every culture, in China and Hong Kong, they play an instrumental part of most social interactions. But what exactly is this ideology of face? According to Chinese anthropologist Hu, there are two kinds of face in Chinese culture, lian and mianzi. Lian is the social respect offered by a group to an individual with high morality. Lian can be lost but cannot be gained. An individual cannot maintain his relationship with others if he loses lian because the individual should feel guilty. Mianzi refers to prestige or reputation achieved through result of success in one's own life or other members of one's community. It is something that can be given or lost or fought for. In extreme cases, here too, face loss can be like losing one's place in life. Therefore, individuals are far more concerned with protecting their face than they are with gaining face. Maintaining one's lianzi is not an individual's sole responsibility, but is influenced by the actions of those with whom he closely associates. Both mianzi and lian revolve around recognition by others and one's desire for social prestige. The meanings of these two are blended in Cantonese. To further illustrate how one's culture does really affect a narrative, we will be comparing a scene from one of the festival films, Infernal Affairs, with its American remake, The Departed. Both movies follow the same plot, of a triad member who infiltrates the police, and an undercover police officer who infiltrates that same triad, but it's culture that defines some of the narrative's most crucial moments. Towards the ending of Infernal Affairs, Liao, the officer that secretly worked for the triad, realizes that he would lose everything if his true identity was to be revealed. The idea of face loss alone is more than enough reason for him to betray and kill the triad's boss. In The Departed, Sullivan realizes the exact same thing, but to kill Costello, who guided him through life simply out of fear without an immediate cause, would make no sense to a Western audience at all. The addition that Costello secretly worked for the FBI was the solution to this problem, because Sullivan killing Costello over betrayal makes a lot more sense. Besides, Costello is the one shooting at Sullivan first. The ideology of face usually plays a role in Hong Kong action films, like it did in Infernal Affairs, and is most noticeable when it comes to the workplace relationships. In Hardboiled, Tequila loses face every time he gets scolded by his boss for his reckless behavior, which leaves Tequila often even more frustrated. On the triad side, it is often required for the gang members to prove their loyalty, and by killing his own former boss, undercover cop Alan gains face. Martial arts is a genre where face loss is always part of the bigger plot. In these kinds of films, someone is always trying to protect or regain face, and this is the reason many fights occur. This could be the face of one's family, as is the case in The Grandmaster, where Gonger is determined to restore her family's legacy. In Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, the aristocrat's daughter is an excellent fighter, but could never live the life she would want, because it would make her family lose face. It could also be the face of one's school or master, like in Fist of Fury, where Chen wants to restore his school's reputation by attacking the school that humiliated them. One could of course also want to protect or regain his own face, which is the case for Kung Fu Hustle and Drunken Master. In Kung Fu Hustle, the landlords want to protect their legacy and the face of their community, and in Drunken Master, a young man tries to regain face he initially lost with his bad behavior. Even though the ideology of the face is more prominent in genres such as martial arts and action films, it is definitely present in all Hong Kong cinema films. Fear of losing face or the struggle to regain face is something that can be found in many different social relations and situations. There is a saying, "Do not wash your dirty linen in public," which is to say that private matters should be kept private in order to avoid face loss. The two neighbors in the Mood for Love could have never divorced their spouses and started a relationship together. Many people would do anything to avoid a divorce in general, but starting a relationship together would be completely unacceptable and would even make the apartment owners lose face. Comrades, Almost a Love Story as well points out this lack of consideration towards separated loved ones. The film also proposes the hardships of trying to build a new life in a big city and avoiding to lose face there. In A Chinese Ghost Story, losing face isn't what the plot revolves around either, but it is the starting point of the narrative. The reason why the young clumsy debt collector has to spend the night at the temple is because he wasn't able to do his job properly, which made him lose credibility. And finally, even though the mysterious woman and police officer in Chongqing Express don't seem to have much in common, they do share the feeling of face loss at that very moment. The woman was set up by a drug baron, and the cop hasn't been able to reconcile with his girlfriend after trying to get her back for a month. In most films, it is clear that the face that has been lost is Mianzi, but like stated before, the meanings of Mianzi and Lian are mixed in Cantonese, which results in mixture of the two kinds of faces in the films as well. We hope you'll enjoy this festival.